Hi, everyone. My name is Sam Cardamone. I am the director in the SUNY Geneseo Study Abroad office. Thank you all for watching this video. Today, we're going to be talking about Rikkyo University, located in Tokyo, Japan. This is a semester exchange program, and I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to have some slides that help guide our conversation here. So Rikkyo University allows our students to study at the university for a semester. They also have a summer program. We're recording this video on Thursday, February 11th, 2021. The recently, related to COVID-19, SUNY had made the announcement that all university-sponsored study abroad activity would be suspended for the summer 2021 term. So we won't be talking about the summer program here today. We're just going to be talking about the fall and spring program and the academic year program. So let's get into that. Here we've got a map of the country of Japan. Tokyo is situated here in the center of the country, and Rikkyo University is situated right in the city. Tokyo ranks first in the Global Economic Power Index and third in the Global Cities Index. Rikkyo University is a private university and known as one of the 6 leading universities in Tokyo. The university is internationally oriented and involves in numerous international programs and projects. Rikkyo maintains contact with more than 140 educational institutions abroad for the purpose of exchanging lecturers, students, and projects. With more than 700 students from outside Japan, the institution has 20,000 students and 2,700 teachers and staff members. So when you study there as an exchange student, you'll be coming in as part of a much larger group of international students. The campus where Rikkyo also has a couple of campuses, the Naiza campus and the Ikebukuro campus. And most of our students generally have spent most of their time on the Ikebukuro campus. Here you can see what's fascinating about the Rikkyo campus. It's situated right in the city, and the top picture, top left, you can see the ivy covered buildings there, juxtaposed by the photo on the bottom right, because the campus is dropped right into the middle of this city. So you have this picturesque green sort of campus situated right in a major metropolitan city like Tokyo. Some students at Geneseo think that the Rikkyo campus even looks a bit like Sturgis Hall with its ivy covered buildings. And so for Geneseo students, it can feel a bit like home, a home away from home, especially when you're situated in a very large metropolitan city. So when studying at Rikkyo University, they have a variety of undergraduate courses offered in English. We've had students go and study communication, intercultural communication, international relations, sociology. And in addition to that, students also have the opportunity to take Japanese language courses as well. They offer Japanese language to 0 language learners, students who have never studied Japanese in the past. And they have multiple levels, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I think as high as Japanese level 8 is how it's labeled. These language levels correspond to typically the number of semesters of study. And the link there will take you to information about Japanese language courses and courses taught in English. And then there is also the summer Japanese language intensive program. We will organize a separate video for that. The important thing, and we'll talk about this when we get to dates, but the Rikkyo University academic calendar is very different than the SUNY Geneseo academic calendar, and we'll talk about how does that impact the semesters in a minute here. So moving right along, housing. When students study at Rikkyo University, they will live in university-owned accommodations. There are 4 residences to choose from. They're all located in the heart of Tokyo in close distance to the campus. And there is a meal plan option available. Though students do also find that they prefer to go out, and you can find a lot of inexpensive street food vendors. Um, and obviously, there's also the option to go to the grocery store, purchase your groceries, and prepare your own meals. So this is the calendar, and what you're going to see is if you look at the fall semester at Geneseo, our typical fall semester is late August until mid-December. Whereas if you look at Rikkyo University, it says early September till early February. And this is why, generally speaking, we do not allow students to go and study at Rikkyo University for the fall semester because their participation in the fall would extend into our spring semester. If a student doesn't have that conflict, if a student doesn't have, if the fall semester will be their final semester at Geneseo and they're not going to be returning in the spring, or if a student has no intention to enroll in the spring for whatever reason, there have been special arrangements made. But the important thing to know is that if you go for the fall, you would be expected to remain at Rikkyo through the full end of the fall term, including all the way till early February. So that's why normally when you will see this program promoted, we will often promote the program as a full academic year program. You would arrive in early September and you would remain there for the fall semester and into the spring semester, which concludes in late July. The alternative is if you want to go for one semester, you can go in the spring, which you'll see there begins, you arrive in late March, the semester begins in April, and you finish up in late July. Students often ask, well, if I'm at Geneseo in the fall and then I have winter break, what do I do while I'm waiting to go to Japan? What do I do before late March? That's up to you. You just have a very extended intersession winter break. We encourage students, if you have the ability to get a part-time job and to try to make yourself some extra money so that you have some additional pocket money while you're studying abroad in Tokyo. But what you'll notice is because it starts so late in late March, it also the semester ends late. So you're going to have a longer winter break, but you're going to have a much shorter summer break. You'll arrive back to your home back in the United States for most students in late July, and then you would start back at Geneseo in late August when the fall semester begins. There you can see the application deadlines. The fall and academic year has a March 1st deadline. The spring has an October 1st deadline. And what about applying? When you're ready to decide to enroll, you complete an application on our Horizons application system. We're going to jump out of the PowerPoint here and I'm going to take you to the website. So if you wanted to get to the Geneseo Study Abroad office website, the simplest thing to do, 3 magic words into Google, Geneseo Study Abroad. You type those 3 words into Google and Geneseo Study Abroad should be your first hit. So here's the Study Abroad office homepage. If you are ready to start looking for programs, there's all kinds of information about financial aid and scholarships and resources for students, various aspects of identity. But if you're ready to start browsing programs, you come here to search programs. This brings you to Horizons. This is our online application system. All programs are listed alphabetically by country. So we're going to look under J for Japan. We scroll down and you're going to see 2 programs for Japan appear. You're going to see the Japan Rikkyo University Semester Exchange and the Japan Rikkyo University Summer Intensive Japanese Program. The University Semester Exchange is available here. We open this page. Much of the information that I just discussed in this video is contained here as well. We've got some program dates, a little information about the university itself, some links to the course offerings, as well as the cost information. And what I wanted to show you, if you're ready to apply, you just come here to the bottom of the page. And if you, down here it says click here to apply. If you're a Geneseo student, this will auto-populate with some of your information collected through the through the single sign-on, the student information system. If you're a non-Geneseo student, you still click here to apply, or you can come up here to not a current student at SUNY Geneseo, and the system will prompt you to create a profile, then begin your application. So with all that said, and actually, I would like to highlight one thing. I misspoke before. Our PowerPoint needs to be updated because, yes, the academic year application deadline has actually been moved up a little bit based on a request from Rikkyo University. They're now looking for, if you're interested in going for the start of the fall semester and staying for the academic year, the application deadline to Geneseo is due by February 15th, as opposed to the March 1st. So up by 2 weeks. So getting back to our PowerPoint here, the next thing we have is the cost sheet. So we're going to go ahead and open that up, which is also accessible here on the program page, but this will also bring you to our website where all of our cost sheets are collected so that you can easily compare programs to one another. Japan, Rikkyo University, and right now we are working on the cost sheets for next year. But if this is the cost sheet from 2019, 2020, and if we zoom in on that a little bit more. So what you're going to see here, first, you find, are you a New York State resident or are you an out-of-state resident? And you'll notice that there's only 2 columns here, the full academic year or just the spring semester. As I mentioned before, fall is only in special circumstances. If you'd like to consider the fall, please contact us and we will let you know if that's a possibility for you or not. So all programs have a $20 application fee, and then this fee for each semester, so this is a full academic year, so this counts 2 semesters, you pay a $500 fee to participate in the exchange. And then the other portion of that, the other $560 here, is for international health insurance. Obviously, there is an ongoing health crisis with COVID-19 going on. It is more important than ever that all students have health insurance. So we continue to scroll down. This is a full year of tuition. This is 1 semester of tuition. And if you continue downward, we see that every student who studies there will need to get a visa. So this represents what I call the fixed costs, 1 semester or a full year. The fixed costs are the things that are not going to change, whereas everything else below here is estimated expenses. These are paid directly to external vendors. So the visa will be paid directly to the consulate of Japan. And whether you stay for a year or just 1 semester, the cost is going to be the same. Airfare, we estimate at $2,100. We've had lots of students who have gotten their airfare for much less than that, sometimes as low as $900 round trip. And with many people not traveling right now, airfares are even less expensive than in previous years. The residence fee, depending on where you stay, there's different amenities and different costs. This symbol here represents Japanese yen. So you'll notice academic year can be anywhere from 360,000 yen to 1 million yen. So we've taken an average of those and given you that the grand total for housing is about 9,700 for the full academic year. And that's from September all the way to July. You also have to pay a resident security deposit, utilities, and internet fee. That's not included directly into your residence fee. So those are paid monthly. And if you're ever curious about the exchange rate, you can just go Japanese yen to USD, USD being US dollar. If you're curious about that, so 11,090, we put in 11,090. Japanese yen to US dollars about $105. And let's see, how does that compare to our cost sheet here? That was 11,000 per month, and this is for almost 12 months. So that's why you see about $1,200. Meal plan, getting it for breakfast and dinner, 17,000 yen a month, puts you at about $1,700. And other meals out and eating, This is where this number, 120,000 yen per month, comes from Rikkyo University based on a recommendation that they make. So what they're saying is personal expenses. This is things like getting around, transportation, as well as this is what I refer to as fun money. This is the trips you might want to do. This is going to hike Mount Fuji and going to a Japanese shadow puppet sort of performance or other cultural events. And the 120,000 yen per month translate to about $1,100 per month. This is the most variable number because this is personal expenses. Some students have gotten away with spending very little in personal expenses and have significantly reduced this number of $12,000 or $5,000 for the one semester. And other students have spent much more. It really comes down to your own personal spending habits. We've even had students who have gone to Rikkyo University based on the type of visa you have. You actually have the ability to apply to work. So we've actually had some students get jobs while they're studying at Rikkyo University and have helped supplement their incomes. It's also was one of the ways that students made a lot of really great friends when it was a student who was working at a clothing store, made friends with all his coworkers. So the last thing that's mentioned, there's also the commuter pass. This will get you around public transportation in and around Tokyo. And Japanese international health insurance. This is required by the Japanese government. It's on top of our SUNY health insurance. The reason that you're required to get both is because the Japanese health insurance will only cover you in Japan. If you travel outside of Japan, the SUNY health insurance will cover you in any other location that you might visit. If you decide to go to South Korea or Thailand or China or any other place around the globe or in the region, your SUNY International Health Insurance will cover you for that. So that will take us through the cost. What I like to always mention is if we focus on one semester here, the cost of attendance, according to SUNY Geneseo's financial aid office, is about $12,861. I'm sorry, $631, about $12,000 per semester to live on campus, to have a meal plan, and to attend class, and to have a little bit of spending money. So you'll see that a semester at Rikkyo is just about $5,000 more than a semester on campus. But a big part of that is this personal expenses. You have $5,500 right there. So in the event that you're able to save a little bit of money, and in the event that you are able to control your spending, the Rikkyo University program is a pretty affordable program, though the city of Tokyo can be very expensive to do a lot of entertainment type things. So jumping back to our slides here, this will take us to the Rikkyo University website, where if you're interested in exploring more, you can find information about the university here. And the exchange program website is specifically the page where you can learn about the student exchange program at Rikkyo University. Unfortunately, that page is not working, but the Rikkyo University exchange page is. This has excellent information about academics if you want to learn a little bit more about the course lists available in the spring and in the fall. It also has information about housing, where you can check out different information about the various dormitories. And as it says, this is specifically for international students who are coming in, including information about the various different buildings and how they're arranged and stuff like that, including co-ed floor only, how to get between the Ikebukuro campus and the Naiza campus, including the room layout, all those things, and costs. So we hope that helps you get started. Again, check out the program page, start your application, and the elephant in the room, we did not talk at all about COVID-19. That is influencing every study abroad program, and the likelihood of programs resuming is to be determined. We don't know when study abroad will resume. We are hopeful that programs will resume for the fall 2021 semester. However, there are multiple layers, multiple decision makers involved in the resumption of student mobility. And we did a presentation earlier today on February 11th at noon that is called the Study Abroad in the Time of COVID. We spent an entire 50 minutes or so talking about what are the steps to resume study abroad, what can students do to reduce their risk, and we also gave some insight where you can find information about COVID in your specific destination of interest, along with a presentation by Laura Evans, campus community resource nurse, talking about how to improve your health outcomes while traveling abroad. So please do check that out. That's Study Abroad in the Time of COVID. We're going to have that posted out on our YouTube page soon. And if you have any questions, we want to hear from you. Contact the Study Abroad office at studyabroad@geneseo.edu, or give us a call, 585-245-5546. That's 585-245-5546. All of this information can be found on our website. Again, if you just want to find the Study Abroad office website, type into Google Geneseo Study Abroad, and it should be the first hit there. So thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, contact us, and we hope to help you make study abroad part of your Geneseo journey. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.